Hello.
You okay? Yeah. You need help.
We'll wait for everybody to get on.
I can see me.
Here, put that over there. Because I'm going to need the mouse.
Can you turn the camera over?
It is over.
So I can see me.
Well, here, you're going to have to get in.
There.
I'll wait for everybody to get on.
Did you go on Facebook and tell everybody in the group we're going live now?
Yeah. Lico. Melissa, Megan. Going live.
Go into the Facebook group too.
Okay.
Our book club on Facebook.
You can't see because our heads are in the way. So you can't see the house. Well.
Camera's awfully dark.
Hold on. Going live for it show.
On YouTube.
I know. They know. Oh, yeah, I do need to put the link. So I just wonder if it shows me live.
How do I get somewhere y'all are going live?
Yeah.
Somewhere y'all are going live.
Yeah.
Somewhere y'all are going live.
I need the link, though. Oh. Oh, we already got somebody. No.
Jamie.
I can't see her. My hair is in the way.
No, I mean she went live with us.
How do I know where you're going live though?
You just go to the YouTube channel. It may take a few minutes to show that we're live on YouTube.
Go
yeah, it'll show in video stream.
The Book Chronicles. On YouTube.
And find upstairs.
Well, we are just gonna take 10 minutes. Oh, you're on this. You were on there. It's not quite 2 yet, so we're gonna let everybody get on. I'm gonna lift my chair up. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Copy. Let me go to Facebook. And I'm going to put the link. Hold on. I'm going to put a link in Facebook group. 1 minute, guys. Paste. Come on. Post. Post. There we go. Oh, live dashboard. Where is my live? Oh, my goodness. There we go. Hi, Lico. Just waiting on everybody to get here. Melanie's right here. Wow.
Hi.
Hi. My goodness. As you know, I only got to page 799. Well, I switched to the mass market paperback, and I got to the second part or chapter in 3 uninvited guests. So I'm on page 798. So unfortunately I didn't finish, but I plan on finishing.
You finished it, Lico? You're so good.
It's a hard book to get through.
That's awesome you finished the book, Lico.
I was doing double speed on, listening to it on double speed starting. What time did I start listening?
10, 9.
So, I mean, I've been pushing through.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is awesome, Lico. I know it. Like I said, I only got to page 799. The book numbers are different because I switched back and forth between my other copy, the audiobook. So this one copy, the page number 799. So yeah. Give them few. What time is it? Well, it's 2:00. Do you want to get started?
Yeah, give it a few more minutes.
Oh yeah, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. It was hard, but I think I actually am further than I was when I first year. So we got 3 people on. 4 people. Woo! So you think we should get started?
Did you put in the title of the live show that it's the reader discussion for it?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
My hair is a hot mess. I'm sorry. So you'll have to excuse me.
Yeah, well, Mine is 2.
Just a hot mess today. I like this YouTube live. So we're in the living room, so we're not in our usual behind our bookshelf. But I have a bookshelf like right next to me right here. So I think we'll get started. It's 2 minutes after 2, so we'll get started. So this is going to be the camera ready to start making YouTube. Yes. But we're going to get started with it. Now, before, does anybody want to be on camera? I think we can bring people on camera.
Yeah, we should be able to, like, if Lika wanted to be on camera, or Melissa's there and she wanted to be on camera, or anybody that wants to. Because it's easier if we have people on camera with us to discuss the book, actually.
I'm just trying to see if it's possible to do that in this. Because you might, I don't know if we'll be able to on here. We'll have to see.
Should be able to.
Oh, okay. No problem, Nico. So we'll get started.
Oh.
Anyway, this is the live show for it. This was what we read through October, and I'm still continuing to read.
This is our October book of the month.
And who wants to get started?
Girl, I'll get started with the. Oh my gosh! The book pretty much all the way through the first half of the book, I have tagged, like, the green parts are the scary parts, the yellow parts are the anti-Semitic parts, and the red parts are the racial slurs or homophobic slurs.
Yeah.
So that's just in the first half. After that, I ran out of tabs and I couldn't tab the second half of the book.
But I'm sure it would be pretty darn cool.
It would go on through. I was just like, I stopped there because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already getting frustrated with the language in the book. However, I did love the book. I would give the book a 4-star though, only because of the language. I didn't understand why Mr. King has. I know that he's trying to make a point that these guys are part of a losers club, and I understand that and I appreciate that. But I wish that there was a workaround or way that you could have gotten through this book without the language. I'm sure though, if you went to Mr. King today and said, "Could you rewrite it without some of these slurs?" he wouldn't do that.
Well, the main question is,
there's a point to it. There's a point that there's a reason he has those in there, and I do understand that. Although I didn't like it, and it made me.
Oh yeah.
It made me want to throw the book.
She's talking about at the end when Beverly made love to all the boys, one after the other, as kids.
Yeah, that could have been avoided. They could have.
Right, and then the main question is, do we all think that the use of the homophobic racial slurs, was it overused? Yes, I think so.
Did you need any of it though to enjoy the book or to appreciate? Do you feel that maybe some of the language was necessary to get the point across as to
maybe like a little bit at a time?
But this was excessive. Like all these tabs. We're talking anti-Semitic, racial, homophobic.
So I give this book a 4-star, like what I read.
Only because of
it
the
loses
language.
a star because of the overuse of the slurs.
Yeah, so the language in the book is
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I think he, it's hard to say, if you get it. I mean, reading Stephen King's work, I don't think. I think he just wanted to put the reader like in that time frame what it was like, but I think you can do that without the overuse of that.
even if you put it in the 80s, 1980s, the use of the F word when you referred to a homosexual individual, that was kind of over, that they used that back in the 80s. I mean, I'm an 80s person, and growing up, you did hear that word a lot. And I'm married to a woman,
Sorry.
and
Megan's having trouble getting in.
but I mean, I don't like the use of that word, but I do know that growing up in the 80s, that was used, just like with the Breakfast Club. When you watch that movie, he says that word. That doesn't make the movie any less enjoyable, but I could have that type of language. However, back in the 80s, my lifestyle wasn't as accepted. And I have to realize that was just part of the time and era. So maybe that is the other thing too. He's trying to make sure that the way he represents the time frame that these kids lived in.
Let's plug this in. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, our battery's starting to. So, he probably wanted to shock
Megan,
people.
if you're there, try to reload your internet browser.
I agree, Lico. I think it was a shock factor, kind of like with shock theater with music, like Eminem would do for his rap videos. I know there was a big deal about shock theater back then, and maybe he felt it would sell more books at the time by having that shock factor, because I know Mr. King's heart, and I know his opinions on homophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism. I mean, he's totally against, homophobia, anti-Semitic remarks, and xenophobia. He does, So I think this was a shock factor. I actually had a friend who was LGBTQIA plus that said she would not read the book because of the homophobic slurs. However, she read another book that had homophobic slurs in it. So I'm thinking, but whether it's once or if it's 10 times or 20 times, there's still that slur there. So, why are you saying, oh, I'm not going to read this book because of that reason? I think that's like, I agree with you though, Lico. I think that it was a shock factor. You gave it 3 stars
because of the child sex and language.
Yeah,
I also
I did.
felt like the book was too long, but it was a very good book, and I do recommend it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the child sex was a bit much. I agree, Lico. That was the other thing I was going to address. I'm glad you brought that up.
And also the leper. Like the stuff that the leper said when Pennywise was in the form of the leper. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's definitely not for kids.
Yeah, but it's, and
it even shocked me,
And you not easily shocked. I mean, you have to realize as someone who is gay, there are going to be people out there that use those slurs, even to this day.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Yay, Megan. We got Megan now.
Awesome. Good. Yay, hi, Megan. So, but I feel that, okay, as a gay person, you're going to hear those, even this day, you're going to have homophobic remarks said under someone's breath. They may not they say it right in front of your face, but unless there's a troll that's going to get online here and make a remark, But you are going to have that. You're going to have that remark, no matter whether it's 1950s, 1980s, because they put the second movie they put in 1980s, and the first movie was done in the 1950s when they were children in the 1950s, and the second movie they were children in the 1980s, and then they're going to have them in the millennial as adults. But even it doesn't matter the time, whether it's 1800s or 2018, you're still going to have that underlying hatred to any people group, whether they're Jewish, Muslim, African American, gay, it doesn't matter. You're going to have that. And I think maybe Mr. King was trying to go about that. But yeah, I do agree that the child sex was a bit much. That was not needed. That was another shock factor that really kind of upset me, and I didn't appreciate that.
And a lot of the leper stuff. I just like when he was talking about the.
But and parts of the book I can kind of understand why it's as long as it is, but it could have been a shortened.
Right, and I understand too. What he was trying to do is like Pennywise was taking form of each of the child's fears.
Fears, right? It was like whatever your fear was, he was going to be it. Like the lumberjack and the leper for Eddie Spaghetti, as I like to call him.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite loser out of the Losers Club? Does anybody have a favorite loser?
My favorite loser was Ben Hanscom.
Ben Hanscom?
Yeah, I felt I connected with him a lot more.
Haystack? Ben Hanscom?
Ben Hanscom, the one that loses weight.
Yeah. Haystack.
Yeah.
They call him Haystack.
So does everybody have a favorite character? Mine is Ben. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree that. So, Lika, you liked Ben and Mike. Mike, I did like Mike. Mike was probably my favorite. I was between Mike and Beverly because she was a strong woman, and I appreciated that. Despite some of the flaws of the book, Beverly was a strong woman, and she didn't.
I think so.
Because
I like how she left her husband,
and
she kicked his ass.
Yeah, the creature did. I mean, I know the creature, Pennywise, he was also called Bob, I think, too.
But Robert Gray.
Bob Gray.
Or Bob Gray. I think it could be Bob or Robert Gray.
So that
Pennywise had his real name. A real official name was Robert Gray.
Robert Gray. Yeah. So yeah, that part I did appreciate that that creature did turn her into a strong woman. All of these individuals that we thought of as losers were actually grew up to be strong individuals. And it's probably because of their friendship and and having to come together to confront Pennywise, this creature, Robert, So that was pretty awesome there. I thought that they did become stronger individuals, and she was a strong woman, and the fact that she came back and she was the main one that killed the creature, and the fact that she got out of that abusive relationship, which is a hard thing to do.
Lico says that they had sex. She had sex with Bill, and when they were both married, I didn't care for Beverly's husband at all. Audra didn't deserve. I agree. Audra was very sweet. She was a very sweet wife. Yeah, to Bill.
And for her to cheat with him when they're older, yeah. I don't like affairs either. That kind of gets.
But I'm getting the vibe that at the time, or was that Ben?
That was
because she also.
But he cheated with her when he was with Audrey. Audra. Yeah.
But I agree with that for sure.
So
that's why Beverly's not one of my favorites.
I like her, but because she was a strong woman and the fact that she did kill the creature. But yeah, that part of that, I didn't like that. But I mean, I did like Beverly's character. I actually like how they portrayed her better in the movie because they took that crap out in the movie. Because come on, women aren't all like that. There are some out there that are like that, unfortunately. But not all women are going to go chasing a guy that they knew a long time ago, when they know that the guy that they were friends with growing up is in a happy relationship.
When they were in the tunnel and we found out it was a female alien spider, I can't stand spiders. Yeah. But see, he was a shift shifter, so he could take any form he wanted.
Yeah, and I think, wasn't it spiders was Beverly's biggest fear?
Yes.
So she had arachnophobia, so he
He fed off your fears.
and I probably changed into female form because of Beverly, the only female in the group.
So
was
the
afraid.
idea of it, like, of, but a lot of could have been executed.
Yeah, they could have
Differently.
taken out the whole sexual escapade kind of thing that was going on with Beverly. That was just not needed because she was a strong
And-
woman. She got
right.
out of it was not good to show her as like rebounding with Billy,
Yeah.
because of,
But I think, well, at least when I watched the movie, that she was kind of playing Bill and Ben both.
but she
that's
really
just-
liked Ben. She really liked Ben.
Yeah. And Ben was squishing the baby spider eggs. Ew. King used the word squelching, and that word gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, he has a talent for the vernacular,
Yes.
doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He has the
He
talent for
does.
the vernacular. He has the talent of getting in there and being very descriptive with his words. That's what makes him such a wonderful writer in that sense. And that's why I like Tahara Mafi, too. She's amazing. She's just poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Rainbow Rowell, they're just poetic.
Yes. Because I think Ben liked her from the get-go. I mean, Ben liked her from the beginning. But at the time, like when they were kids, I don't think she had the same feelings
Right.
he did. She liked Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as that, I would say Beverly and Mike were my favorite. from the
Ben,
movie.
yes, he was. That's why I loved him. Like, he was my favorite because
Yeah.
I felt for him too. Like, and especially in the movie too. He went and stayed with Richie while Bill went and got the aspirator.
Mm-hmm.
And
And it was so commendable as an adult that he lost all that weight.
oh,
That shows a lot of discipline and self-control. And I feel that the creature, Pennywise, whatever you want to call this creature, helped with that too. I think that it taught Ben some discipline as far as losing weight and
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Don't think I've looked at it that way, but
now that's why I give it 4 stars, because there are some positive things like the sexual escapades though, and
actually I might lower mine to a 3.5.
do you think because of that? Yeah.
I need me a Pennywise to take my weight away.
Oh goodness, Liko, you're silly.
Hey, yeah, I
Whatever.
do.
But yeah, so what did you think of Derry, the town of Derry?
I love the town of Derry, and he uses that in so many. Give it just 1 second. I'm gonna pause the stream for a second. 1 second.
We'll be right back, guys.
We'll be right back. I'm gonna get it.
Okay.